Hey guys, how are you guys? Love you. Thank you so much for showing up. We'll see how many more people show up. But it's real exciting for me right now to be able to do this for you guys. Sorry, I got to adjust my volume. Here we go. So, wow, it's exciting. So I need to find my glasses first off. And I wanted to make sure that we have our comments up. Hi, Bernhard. How are you today? So happy to see you that you're here. Excellent. Okay. So please forgive me. This is my very first live YouTube event. So we'll see how many people show. It doesn't really matter how many, but I think there may be some folks that show up a little bit on the late side, which is okay. So I just kind of wanted to obviously announce the people that are the winners of our 3 contests, but also make myself available to answer questions. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. So let me move this screen over. There's a little bit of a confusing site, so sorry. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I can see everything. So once again, I just wanted to, first of all, say thank you so much for everyone. For 2021 was a difficult year. Obviously, the last 2 years have been incredibly difficult. And it was a difficult time to start a company, start a business, and to become available in a way that I could devote myself entirely to this new product. And a product that I feel was divinely inspired and, according to some reviews, perhaps also very helpful. So I'm very excited and grateful for that. So just wanted to say thank you. I think we've sold about 100 devices so far. And that's really exciting for me because I know they're out in the world working. And a lot of those devices I'm finding have actually been shared. So either somebody will loan it out or take it to someone, or actually have given it a couple of times to other people because they found it so useful and they found someone in need. And so they were sharing the device in that way. And that's pure love, and I'm so excited to hear that. I'm so grateful, that people are, in fact, allowing the device to be shared to the world. I know it's kind of an unusual and strange circumstance as far as how it works. I'm assuming most people have seen the video, the how it works video, and then the suggested uses video for the device. But I just wanted to quickly touch base a little bit on that as well, and just explain how it was explained to me. I received the device back in summer of 2021. I was in meditation, and I had lost everything. From COVID, first off, I was working on a large sculpture project for a local museum. And that became more and more difficult I spent about a year and a half, a lot of my own money. And so things were becoming quite difficult, though I wasn't giving up on the project. But COVID hit. And of course, as everybody knows, any money that may have been going to the arts was taken away really quickly. So I continued moving on for several months, but actually that's not entirely the case. What happened is, as we all know, I think it was March of 2020, when all the lockdowns began. Well, I think 2 weeks later, my studio was hit by a 4.5-foot flood of a lot of water. Obviously, it was like a river. and mud up to my knees, which destroyed pretty much everything and all of my foundry equipment and all of my art supplies and such as that. So that COVID and then 2 weeks later the flood still didn't stop me from the project I was working on. I wasn't getting it, I guess. The universe, the creator, God was saying, yeah, you need to look in another direction right now. And I wasn't quite hearing that message. So I went on for several months over the summer, and things weren't working out. And I ended up auctioning everything off and decided I had to start over. So in that moment of the decision to start over, I was in meditation, because I was trying to manage the emotions involved in feeling like I had failed in this very important, it was like a civil case, not civil case, but like a civic project that was going to be viewable and hopefully heal some old wounds. And it was important to me. But after I had learned, about obviously that I was in meditation trying to process those emotions, and in that meditation, I was just thunderstruck with the DEEMS device. I knew everything about it instantly. I knew what it was called, what it had been called. It had a different name, actually, in a city some thousands of years ago. And I had named it the DEEMS Device based on a podcast I'd started, Divine Evolution, which even still is incredibly important to me, just because I'm just sharing information that I've been given. So I call it the Divine Evolution Electromagnetic Microsingularity Device. That's why it's called a DEEMS device. And in that meditation, I had never experienced anything so phenomenal, so impactful, that instantly I knew everything about this subject that I had not known about previously. Apparently, I was told by my guides later that I actually am very aware of the device. I've used it in other lifetimes. So, like, okay, kind of trust it. But then that made more sense to me because understanding how it works on an electromagnetic level, and the fact that it creates its own piezoelectric energy, and there's all these connections and things in the device that I would have never thought of. I just wouldn't have it. It's not where my thinking was. I'm not a scientist. I mean, I've done a lot of science work for museums and research for building dioramas and just other research type of circumstances. But I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor. So I had to do all the research. Though I knew about the DEEMS device and how it uses energy, the ambient energy that's all around us. We're made of energy, and it uses all of this energy that we already have that's surrounding us, and it allows and kind of amplifies it in a way that our body has a lot more energy to work with. And that working with energy is the energy that our body uses to heal, and it uses that same energy to balance. And it's just remarkable. And I found that in this research, I had begun to remember a lot of things that I hadn't remembered from past lives. An example would be how the electromagnetic energy works, but not only through the device and through magnetism, which there's a lot of research even today showing how magnetism, in fact, is very beneficial to the human body because electromagnetic energy within our nervous system is amplified and is assisted with magnetic energy fields, and that's how pain relief happens. We have nerves that don't really want to work if they're damaged or bruised, so they get swelling, and they can't allow that, or they don't allow that electrical energy to flow through them the way they would normally. So using a magnet actually pushes that electromagnetic energy through the nerve, and so it won't. It'll help it to move on, and then it helps the device helps the nerves to flow like a flowing river that's not dammed up. And so that's how healing happens physiologically within the nervous system of the human body. But it happens the same way with the electromagnetic, or the like I'd say your electromagnetic field. So it happens very much the same way. So, and I understood all of this instantly, and I think it really was more of a memory, than a download, although it was a download. But so anyway, that was how this DEEMS device was brought into fruition, and how it is that I began to develop these devices and physically build them. So enough of that. I want to see if there's any questions right now, because really this isn't about me. This really is more about all my customers and all the people that have been there supporting me all of this time. So this is about you. I just wanted to do a quick introduction to the DEEMS device. So wonderful. So thank you very much, as I said again, Bernhard, for being here and for saying hi. And I'm going to guess Kalia. Hi from British Columbia also. And it's funny because I've written what I call I don't like to say winners necessarily, because I think everyone kind of is equal and is a winner in my eyes. But there are people that sorry. Anyway, so I've chosen some people that I was hoping would be on, and actually Kalia is one of those people. So I might as well just tell you now. So Kalia, I would like, because you went on and left a really beautiful review, and I appreciate that. So thank you so very much. And I'm going to make you my DEEMS customer crystals. I'm going to send you one of those sets. So one of those sets are going to go to you. I hope that's okay, and hope that's something that you desire to have, because I'd like to send that to you. So the winner of the DEEMS customer, the one that left a review, would be Kalia. And I have a couple of other people that I would love to be here. By chance is let me look you up. Brenda K. I think you're in Florida. Are you here by chance? Are you one of the few people that are here? Okay. Well, I'm going to say no. Here's another comment came in. So I would like, oh, I see, Kalia, great. So we'll exchange information. If you would go on, I don't have your information in front of me, so if you would go on the DEEMS company website, and at the bottom there are a series of emails. You can kind of send an email to any of those, and they'll be funneled in, but just go ahead and send one to like deemsdevice@gmail.com. That's an easy one, and that comes directly to me. So then I can get your information and send that out to you. Okay. All right. Now let's go on and see who else we have on that we can give things away to. Okay. I was hoping Elodie Joseph, are you here? Elodie left a really beautiful YouTube comment as well. So anyway, all right. So what about me see, who else do we have we can give? So for the YouTube comments, is Maggie O'Brien, are you one of the folks that are here today? Okay, maybe no. So for the YouTube commenter, set of crystals, I'm going to give that over to, let's see, we have you on that one. Where did you go? Is Berlene Duncan here? I see you on our live comments. Okay. Okay, I haven't heard back, so we'll give her a minute in case she is on. Okay. All right. So actually Debbie Lee, she's on my list as well. So Debbie, how would you like to be our winner of the second set of crystals, the new set of crystals? And again, Debbie, if that's something you're interested in and would like to have, then just email me at deemsdevice@gmail.com, and we will get that figured out, and we'll get that. And you just give me your information, and I'll send that off to you. Okay. All right, let's see who else we got. Okay, before we get to the DEEMS devices, anybody have any questions? I know somebody did email me a question that I can talk about real quick because it is kind of important, especially since we're giving away actual DEEMS devices. Oh yeah, there you are, Debbie. Hi. All right. So cool. So we've got those two guys taken care of. Okay. The question that was asked of me, it's how do you use the crystals? Now, if you go on, I just barely mentioned the crystals in the actual the YouTube video on how, in fact, suggestions on how to use the device and such as that. Okay, let's read Debbie's comment real quick. Thanks so much. What I've already tried works so well. I can't wait to try some of your other products. Yay. In fact, I was going to show you guys a couple of new things, and I'll do that after I talk about the crystals, so please remind me. And all right, so even if you don't have crystals with magnets, what crystals do is, if you're familiar with the like magnetic field of the human body, or any magnet that has a north and south pole, imagine yourself, your feet being the south pole, and the south pole always draws energy in. So that's why it's good to, when we say ground, it's also really good to be barefoot on the earth, because you're grounding yourself to the earth and pulling that earth energy in, and that's the healing energy that our body literally uses to heal. So that same energy flows and it swirls all around us, no matter if it's either flowing through us or just atmospherically. And when you have a crystal, crystals have, what makes a crystal is the way the molecules kind of come together in a way that is very organized, so energy can flow through, and that's electricity. That's also ambient electrical energy, the magnetic field of the earth. All these energies can flow through crystals very easily. And some crystals have, because their molecular structure, have certain types of molecules, and when that energy flows through, it changes the vibration of the energy to the vibration of the crystal. So each crystal has some form of adjusted earth energy, and our body uses those adjusted energies for different things within our body. Now, all of the energies are compatible with our body, but if you want to target a certain area, there's a certain things that you can do, and I actually have a diagram I can show you guys. Okay, it should show up on the television. is not. Oh, yeah, I forgot delay. So here you see the body meridians, and you can see this is on the website, by the way. So if you want actually a copy of the body meridian diagram, go to the DEEMS company or Light Love Media, it's the same website, and just scan down to DEEMS data materials, and it's in there. But you can see different parts of the body are associated color-wise on this chart with different parts, and this is how the energy flows through your body, and that's your nervous system. So what you do is, if you can go by color on these charts, so the color being a vibrational color, and the vibration, whatever this crystal is, that color of the crystal is at a compatible vibration to these sections of the body. You know, like lapis lazuli would be any of these blue areas within the body. And this is not the chakra system. This is the body's meridian system, which is a highway of electricity and energy. And so, say, tiger eye would be the yellow. And so what you do is you go to a chart similar to this, or you go online and find another chart that you like. And if you're using certain types, so if you're having a problem with, and do a meridian body search for specific parts. So if you're having a problem with, say, I don't know, your stomach, then I would do a search for what meridian is associated with that. Now, you could do it that way, but you can also, you kind of know your stomach is in the solar plexus area. So you know you can use anything that's yellow, any yellow crystal. One of the very best is tiger eye. That's why I use it. And so you would use the DEEMS device with the tiger eye, and you could either point it out or in. It truly depends on your body and what your body needs and your energy electrical system needs. Sometimes you want it pointed out. Say you're laying that, you don't even have to have the DEEMS device to do this. You could just set a crystal there. It'll still work. But the DEEMS device amplifies it like, I don't even know how many times yet, but just dozens and dozens of times. So that energy is much more prevalent, and you're pulling it through your body and out. If you have the crystal aimed the way I have them designed, if you have them aimed to the point out away from you, it's drawing energy through your body out in that area, and that may be very well pulling old stagnant energy, which would help your stomach. Or if you need additional energy from the atmosphere, in additional healing energy from the earth, electromagnetic energy from the earth, if you need that drawn in, then you just turn it over. It's really difficult to tell sometimes, so you can't go wrong either way, but sometimes you can tell whether or not it feels better with energy pushing in or energy pulling out. Sometimes you want to start one way and turn it over and do another way. The next time you use it, it may be entirely different, because our body is constantly changing. So that's how you use crystals for the body meridians for physical healing, or with physical ailments that you want to have relief from. And it also goes with pain. If there's a certain area of your body, say your arm, and well, your arm would be, really depends if it's front or back of the muscle, but really your arm would be either a clear quartz, because it's all of the energies and it's really positive, but your arm could also be, you can see here, it's like the orange, and anything orange, like the orange aventurine, would be really helpful, I guess, with the back especially. This is based on the nervous system. Okay, so that's all nervous system stuff. Excuse me. But if you're using the crystals to balance your basically, you can imagine your chakras as a spinal cord. But it's a spinal cord for your energy system. And I call them energy centers, because they're like neural clusters that are in certain areas going up from the base of your spine all the way up to the top of your skull. And I can show you that. And these are the colors associated with the chakra system. Now, the chakra and the energy center system isn't exactly the same. as the meridians, but they're highly connected and related. But you can look at them as slightly different things. In fact, in meditation some months ago, I was profoundly affected when I was shown and told that each of our energy centers, our chakras, have a consciousness of their own. It's very base consciousness, but it is a consciousness. And that was profound, so profound. It was just, I was emotional for 2-3 days. And then I began to understand that since these systems are slightly conscious, they're aware of one another. And as I said, when we draw energy in from the earth up through our feet and our groin area, because that is where the root chakra is. That's the first energy center chakra that takes that inflow of energy and it uses what it needs. It's first in line. And what's left over essentially goes to the next chakra, which would be the orange chakra or the sacral. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so we'll just call it orange. The orange system. Now that chakra energy center uses what it needs and sends it on to the solar plexus. And then from the solar plexus, it goes to the heart chakra, and from the heart to the throat, from the throat to the third eye, from the third eye, it flows out. Because after the third eye, those are all your base energy centers that communicate with every portion of your body and every portion of your energy system. And so what happens then is that after it leaves, you can imagine it coming up kind of the center of your head. So it's coming up right about here, this way, and it goes through the pineal, and then once it goes through the pineal, it's basically has flowed through each of your chakras. And then that is basically who you are on an energy spirit level. So if we could see everyone's aura, the aura emanations around us for the most part is what's coming out of the top of our head. So the seventh, or the crown chakra, truly is a culmination of the entity that we are on an energy soul level. And what that looks like, it emanates out in a donut shape, and it comes out about 9 feet from all around us in a big circle. We're like standing in the middle of a donut. And so your energy field's coming out like a fountain and then being drawn back into your feet. And so that's the flow that we are as an energy system. And that's how our soul is nourished, and that's where the energy comes to maintain our soul. So our energy system is incredibly important to our soul, but also our physical body, because the meridian system is the more physical base form, and then our physical form, obviously. Okay, so say our physical form that we can see and touch, our nervous system, which is highly connected to the meridians, and then from there it goes even deeper into us, and that is the chakra system. And then the chakra system is who we are on an energy level. And so other entities, say angels or a lot of other like extraterrestrial entities, don't see this physical form because they're too highly advanced. Light beings outside of third density can't see us without some work on their part. They can, but it requires work. But they can just see naturally. They can see us as a color, a series of colors, what we're vibrating and emanating. And so what comes out of our crown chakra and becomes our energy field, that's what they see. So they know very well that who we are beings of light and energy. And that is our meridians and our chakra system. And as the energy flows through from the earth up into each of our chakras, the more balanced each of those chakras are, the more easily that energy flows to the next chakra and the next energy center. And so by the time it's over, the more work you put in through balancing yourself, the more pure mix of colors come through you. So as that earth energy comes in, it picks up red, and then it picks up some orange and some yellow and some green and blue and indigo. And then once you mix all of those colors together, it's a pure white light. And so our goal as beings, as spiritual beings, is to balance each of those centers. And balancing each of those centers is based on different parts of our body physically and our spiritual body, but also our history. And our history gives us thoughts and feelings and notions. And those notions and feelings and thoughts affect the chakras based on where those emotions are within our body. So our goal is to clear those as much as possible. And as we clear them, that pure, natural, universal earth energy can flow through and be as little affected as possible while still taking on the color. And then ultimately, when we've all evolved as a soul enough, the energy that flows through us is pure. And we're just a recycling energy as an independent entity. And then we group with other entities. So I got off a track. So I apologize about that. I can't help myself. Excuse me. So the question about how to use the crystals is, on a physical form, if you have a physical ailment, I would follow the meridian charts. If you're working and you're feeling like you need certain parts of your chakra system, your energy centers, to kind of become unbalanced, then use that stone in that area. And you can maybe I'll do a video that explains that more in detail and how to use it for certain parts and such as that. So if people are interested in that, please let me know. Okay. And I know I've run over half an hour. I was trying to keep it at half an hour, but I didn't. I'm so sorry. I will answer any questions real quick if anybody has any. And let us see. Okay, and I'm really glad. Petra, are you still here? I know we have to wait about 30, 40 seconds before you guys get what I have to say, so it takes a little while to reply sometimes. So Petra, are you still here? Excellent. Because look, well, I won't show you because I have other names on there. Petra, I had chosen you for the DEEMS device to have. So here is your device, right here, ready to go. Okay, so this is going to go to you. And I believe I have all your information, but if you could just send me an email or go to the website, deemscompany.com, and send me a message there or through deemsdevice@gmail.com. Let's just confirm your information, and then I'll get it sent to you out to you over the next probably a couple of weeks. So, because I think obviously you made an order for these guys, and these are what we're sending out new, the new design. Let's see, turn on this light and see these guys a little better. So this is that's going to go out. Here we go. And you can see, maybe, you can see the small little magnets in there, and this is going to be the set. So we'll take out like this guy, and we'll use your device, Petra. And these devices, it's acting kind of funny because maybe I put it on the wrong side. Yeah, it's on the wrong side. Okay. And that's how easy it is to switch them out. So I don't use these as much as I just use the device on myself. So you just take it out of the box, super easy, you stick them on. So it's that easy to use these new ones. And these are the ones I'm currently building. And these are the ones that are going to go out to everybody. Because we made quite a few people have purchased them, in our event. And so congratulations very much, Petra, I'm really happy that you were here. I picked you out of our little group of customers and people, and I think that's really amazing. And I guess if anybody has any quick questions, I will answer, and otherwise, I guess we'll say goodbye. Wait a couple moments and see. All right. I don't see any questions, so I love all of you. I am truly grateful for everyone who has, in fact, been a customer, but also so many of you have been incredibly helpful. Did somebody send a question? Okay, so Marilyn, how would you use it? I'm assuming the device itself to help SI joint. I'm unfamiliar with what the SI joint is, so I don't know if it's a typo or not, but and then Naomi asks, how does it work? I think maybe I know SI sounds like I know exactly what that should be, but I'm missing it at the moment. So, so somebody please tell me what that is, and I'll do my best to answer. Oh, okay. Well, as far as I'm familiar, and like I said, I'm not a doctor, and I've never claimed to be a doctor, and or scientists having done research in such a way that I could claim anything based on the research of doctors and scientists that I refer to. And I can explain what I do and what works with me. If you have like a joint, like a hip replacement or elbow or any kind of like replacement, like I have part of the last 2 years, as we were saying before, I had an accident and I had cancer, and so that's what these scars are. And so I have about a 5-inch titanium rod, because I had to have a cerebral spinal reconstruction. And the types of metals that they use for implants, as far as hip joints or elbows, like I said, like ball socket joints, or titanium if they're rebuilding the spine, those metals are not magnetic, meaning that they don't attract. They do on a very small scale. That's why they use those, so that you can go through airport security and such as that, and you won't have an effect with magnets. So especially joints that are titanium, which the majority of them are, it's perfectly safe. Now what the device will do is work with the organic material around these metal implants and these metal like hip joints and such as that. So it will reduce inflammation. It will help the nerves in those areas flow more quickly and more efficiently and better. And it'll help, every individual is different, and I really don't like to make specific claims saying it's going to help you and then somebody spend money and it doesn't help, which is why I try to just say that this is what's happened with me, and there are reviews online that you can read that some people have made comments like this on. But physiologically, it won't affect those metals that they use in surgery. Now, what will affect, like a pacemaker, because it's mechanical, and the mechanics within it, and like you get like implanted pain pumps and such as that, those things rely on components that are based on electrical impulse, and a magnet will definitely affect that. And not saying that it's going to destroy the whole thing, but if it's a pacemaker, I wouldn't even begin to try it, just because I wouldn't recommend anybody put any kind of magnet near those. So, okay. So Petra, again, you're very welcome, Petra. And the body chart is going with Deems or some CD. No, if you go on the website, you can do deemscompany.com or lightlovemedia.com. And you scan down just a little ways, you'll see a section that is called Deems Data Materials or Deems Downloadable, whatever. But anyway, it's the same section. You'll see in there all of those charts and others as well. So I try to put some of that information in there. And just all you have to do is just click on download, and it'll download a PDF, and you can save the PDF. So it's free. Yes, Naomi, it is a series of magnets. In fact, I can show you guys a quick little airplay thing. Is it playing? No. Oh, it is playing. Very slowly. But you see the Deems device, these series of magnets. You know, so the northern polarity is coming down and coming back up and then going around the loop of the device. And that's the frontal view. The side view, you can see what it does is as it's flowing through, this magnet pushes it this direction. I'll tell it to play again. And so the energy comes up one side and then goes around the magnet like here. But then this magnet is pushing it out. So you get a flow both around and through the magnet. And that's what causes it to do, as you see here, that's what causes it to begin to spin. The energy spins. And it spins 2-3 inches from what I can tell. The science isn't back on it yet. But 2-3 inches from the northern side of the magnetic ring. And the northern side on the Deems device, if you don't have any of the new magnetic crystals on it, the only way those will stay is if it's on the northern pole. And so you know you're getting the vortex coming through the pyramidal shape of the crystal. If you don't have the crystal, I mark each of them. So there's like a little black marker mark on the device, and that is the northern pole. So you can kind of be aware of whether you're pushing energy toward you or away from you, pulling out or pushing in. So, excellent. Okay, listen, we're here at 44 minutes, so I love you all. Again, thank you so much. Congratulations, and don't forget to send me an email. If you don't hear from me and you won one of the sets of crystals, it's because I forgot to mark who won them. So please definitely send me an email if you won one of those 2 sets. And again, that's Deems Device, DEEMS DEVICE at gmail.com. TJ, I am completely, absolutely aware of how expensive this is for most people. I'm very sensitive to it. And yes, as production begins to scale up, I can purchase in larger bulk, and then I can produce. And at some point, when we grow enough, I'll be able to hire somebody to help me. It's just, this is a brand new company that is just beginning to grow, and it's growing because of every single one of you that are helping it to grow. So, in the future, when the company is big and producing millions of these things for people all around the world, remember it was you guys, not even as much me, because I could make these in my shop all day long, and if nobody's buying them, then they're not doing anything in the world. But because of you guys, they will be. And that's where my gratitude for you guys come in. So yes, I will be dropping the price as much as I can. When I do these sales, I literally rock bottom it where it is, I don't even get paid to do them. I produce them just to get them out. So thank you for that question. I appreciate it. Yeah, Elena, this is interesting. Naomi mentions Elena Denon. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if there were negative forces or what was going on there, but Elena and I have been trying to get this device to her for months. I finally got it into Ireland, so it's there, but she doesn't have it yet. And I'm going to send her a set of these new crystals, and then she's going to do a brand new video on it. So Elena's been incredibly helpful, and my gratitude to her as well. This would not have started the way it did had it not been for Elena and all of you guys, which so many of you are, follow Elena, and you know what kind of a bright, beautiful light she is. So thank you, Elena. Okay, yeah, I am planning to scale up, TJ, and it's a slow process, but we'll do what we can. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you later. And please feel free to send me questions anytime, email, and you can go on the website and you can actually send messages if I'm on, I can reply right away. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye.